most people also do translate, and at the end of the day, if you need a certificate, we give you a certificate that you were volunteer for us from this day to this day, and so on and so forth. In every area you can volunteer,
So they just need to apply, go to any of these Caritas or social services and tell them, I want to volunteer.
Yes, exactly. You don't even need the application. Just go there and say I want to, or call phone, I want to volunteer on so area, and so on and so forth.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Career Gist. It's your girl Chinelo Ntago, and on today's edition we'll be talking about things you should know on Caritas and the kind of assistance you can get from Caritas. Our guest today on the show is Frau Nnennaya Okeke. Frau Nnennaya Okeke had a bachelor's in political science at the Goethe University Frankfurt and her master's in governance and public policy at the Technical University Darmstadt. She has been working since 2016 with the Caritas Verband Westteifel e.V. in the migration service. So she's our migration specialist today, and she will be telling us what we need to know about Caritas, the various types of assistance that we can get from Caritas, and also she'll be sharing her experience as a migrant specialist. So Frau Okeke, you have the floor, or Frau Nnennaya, you have the floor. Please tell us more about yourself. Tell us a little bit more about yourself so that we get to know who you are before we go into the topic of today.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So many people know me already from the group African Moms in Germany, so a lot of people do not see me, but at least I guess I'm present there, So my name is Nnennaya Okeke. They know me as Nelly or Norma, so I'm from Nigeria, married, 2 kids, 2 strong boys giving me stress. So as Chinelo already said before, I did AJ, please, I'm online, okay? It's okay. As, so my son wanted to say hello, then you can
Hello.
go now. Okay, it's okay.
Ich möchte eine Pizza haben.
Okay, you get pizza, okay? That's my youngest, so they were giving me too much stress, so okay, wait, I cannot. Sorry, this is giving trouble again. AJ, can you please take it there? Take it to Palo, okay? Get me shorted. Bitte.
So if you have questions, please write your questions in the comment section. We will take them while she comes back, and she would answer all the questions that you need. She just needs to sort out her boy, And we will be talking about all the things that you need to know about Caritas. We will also be touching areas on how to improve yourself with the study experience that you would need. And she's back online to take over. Please, back to you.
Sorry. Yeah, with kids it's not easy, So as I was saying, married, I have 2 kids, and then as Chinelo already said, I studied political science at Goethe University in Frankfurt, and then masters in TU Darmstadt. So I've been working with Caritas since 2016. I've been in different positions. At least I've been in 4 or 5 different positions, and so I can be able to say most of the places I was is the immigrations area, immigration counseling and so on. And But it's not the only thing we are going to speak about today. We are going to speak generally the different types of assistance one could get. So yeah. So
Okay.
now we just go to my presentation. So different types of assistance you can get from Caritas. Caritas is there when you need them. So the main purpose of Caritas work is to provide a rehab to people in need, and Caritas has more than 25,000 centers and institutions in Germany where one could get professional support and guidance to help them cope with and overcome the problems. So in every area in Germany, in every city, every place you go, definitely see Caritas. They gives priority to helping people who cannot find adequate help or any help at all through their personal contacts or through social security system. So they help you regardless of your skin color, your religion, and nationality. So just for everybody. So we have let me go to the one after the other, the different types of help you could get. So there's a position called general social counseling. That's Sozial Beratung. So this place, they welcome everybody. It's normally the first place you come in to lay your problem, to tell them what and what's the area you have a problem, and then they will now listen to you and then sort things out, see if it's something they could take care of, or if it's something that they could uh, um, send you to another counseling. So they help people in difficulties, maybe when you have daily problems, crisis in a family. Also, they also help when parenting or single mothers, especially, and also maybe jobs, financial situation, because sometimes you might need having problem with job center or with social due to your husband has been expired and you have not renewed it and they could not give you money. You could always go to them. They can quickly give you what they call it, urgent financial help, like kind of between 50 to 100 euros immediately to get one or two things you want to buy or to email to feed for that moment, and then maybe make appointment in the right place for you to get the main help. They help you with house rent or when you are threatened with homeless. So they help you. Most cases, some places Caritas have houses where they could put people. Yeah, but due to difficulties now, they are already like we till 2019 in my Caritas here we had houses or the apartment we are giving to people, but we have already given everything out due to things became difficult, and so, but they will help you when you're having problem with your house rent, with your what they call it, with Femita and so on. They could help to speak or find you a place, or they must help you in one way or the other. So they could also advise you in separation and divorce when you are going through divorce and separations, and then counseling is for everybody. You can ask any question. They can never send you away. If it's something they cannot do, they will direct you to the other counseling offices. So this one that is in this area they call general social counseling. So we now go to the pregnancy counseling. That's if most people know. So here they help and advise on all matters relating to pregnancy, childbirth, healthcare, also helping after pregnancy till the child gets to 3 years. So here they will also help you in financial aids, like applying to Mutterkindstiftung, what they call it, Bundesstiftung for Mutter und Kind. So, and then the money could be ranging to 1,200 depending on the other social help you are getting. And this financial help is mostly you could get it even though you are getting job center or money from social. You can still get this finance from Federal Foundation for Mother and Child, So this place, they also help you to apply for Etangate, Kindergate, even when you have problem with job center, they help to clear it, help to do a lot of things, when you get to any kind of applications, So they help also provide advice on contraceptions and family planning. Even some cases, they could also pay half of the money for the contraception, or sometimes they could also take the whole cost depending on how much you are earning or how much you are entitled to from government. So they could also, but in one way or the other, they do help to take some part of the money, So they also help you in finding midwife or family heifer. So if yes, mostly single mothers, when they cannot when they have like 2 3 children, they do help them to find this familiar heifer. So most of the time they have what they call you get heifer, So those one is also una penny. It's also independent counseling, but though they work with you get together, but they are not from you get it's being paid from the church, So they will get some people to help, taking you to doctor, taking you to places, So we have also some people that we found it, even some of our African families that are also enjoying this, So I go to another side, they call children protection, Kinderschutz. So this place is it's also in Caritas, that when a child is in a violent household, they help the children to get the children out. They provide a therapy for the children. They talk with the family that are involved. They try to give some therapy. Also, they work hand in hand with Jugendamt to find solution, and also make some activities with children to be taking part, maybe once in a week and so on, to in order to a kind of therapy and something like that. So we have another department called debt counseling, Shudna Berato. So this one is a free professional advice where you are owing some companies, some offices, or maybe you buy something online and or you mistakenly register yourself somewhere online unknowingly and they're bringing bill for you. You could go to here, they will help you to solve it out. They will write the company and then clear everything, and then they also help you to prevent debt, So or you are owing energy or something like that, they do take care and then help. And also when you have this konto findung unzo, so they will help you to do konto findung abhebung. So sometimes you get a letter that your konto will be blocked, and then if you don't go to them, they will block your konto, but if you go to them, they will write a letter to bank to do this konto findung abhebung, So this is a type of bank account with non-seizable asset. That means they cannot block it if you come to them in time and they are able to send them these letters and so on. They also could help you also out of court settlement with your debtors. You are owing somebody, you don't want to go to court, you just come to them, they will call your debtor and then settle everything. Say, okay, you can be paying it rattan and so on, or they will pay it upfront for you, you'll be paying them rattan and so on. So also preparation for bankrupt. Should this be necessary problem with credit, in case you want to go to bankrupt, they could help you and then apply for yeah, for it and so on, that you don't have money, you're already a bankrupt and so on. And also incasso debt, that means most people, at least 50% of people I know have gotten this letter before from Nkaso due to they did not pay one place or the other and so on, so they end up bringing the Nkaso and so on. They could help you to call Nkaso, write Nkaso, and then arrange how you be paying it and then make it in a way that it will stop increasing. Because in Germany, when you do not, pay your bill, it increases, So we have another department called addictions counseling. That should Suchtberatung. So in this place, they counsel for people with alcohol problem, medication or drugs problem, also gambling, computer and internet addiction. So a lot of people, a lot of our women also are into this drinking of it due to situation in Germany, due to depression and so on. So if you have that problem and you need help, you could go to them. They will give you offering you counseling, therapy. Even they have also group support counseling and therapy. So they also have information and counseling for relatives, friends and colleagues of the people with an addiction problem. So the counsel is for young adults, male and female, in all age and also race. So they don't discriminate. Once you come there, they listen to you and then start the therapy and so on. And everything, as I already said, is free of charge. You don't need to pay anything, so you just need to look for them. So we have Intervention Center for Women and Girls. That's Interventionsstelle für Frauen und Mädchen. So this intervention center, they counsel and fight for women's rights. So when you are in a bad relationship and violent relationship, abuse relationship, so they protect women in a such relationship. You could also make a telephone counseling or you present counseling. They have their hotline number. You can call them anytime, any day, any hour. So they also could make also contact to other authorities or also legal advisor like lawyers and so on and so forth for that will represent you and so on. And then also the advice and possible assistance to other counseling office, like a kind of, if you need a kind of a Frauenhaus or Lebensberatung is also another place. Lebensberatung, they also advise people in such relationship or find a solution for your for 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 what you are going through. So, and they also could also contact Frauenhaus for you, and then they will give you immediately a place to stay. So now we go to my area. So this area is called Service for Immigrants. So since 2016, I've been working with Caritas. I've been in one of all these areas, so like this, yeah, did I even jobs? Okay, yeah, like this youth immigration service, Junge Immigrationsdienst. So I was there till 2021. So in this counseling you get is they assist young people with immigration background, age between 12 and 27, with the integration process in Germany. So they support them with questions about general orientation in Germany, living in Germany, coming to Germany, and also school, primary or secondary school education, career, problem with schools. They help in looking for apprentice, as an internship or formalities issues and so on. So they just everything concerning education or work or practicum or IT internship or whatever, they help, or even looking for house building, they help also with Lebenslauf, with Bewerbung, they help you, but it's for young people between 12 to 27 years. So even if you have a personal questions like those who are also married, of course, there are people under this age gap that also marriage need an advice on something like that. You can equally ask here. So they do also help in sometimes in financial help, and also legal matters, like financial help if you in need of money, maybe yeah, depending, so we could range between 50 to 100 euros to give to financial instant help, so when someone doesn't have money, maybe it's doing house building, the money is getting is not much, then we could help give you small something to just support and so on. And then we will also try to see that you get like BAföG, like Vonget, other this thing, yeah, you can get advantage, so then their target, as already says, children, teenager, young adult with immigration background, age 12 to 27. And then also parents of children could go for advice, young people with immigration background, particularly in issues regarding their kids' education or training. So you could, as a parent, you're already above this age, but you could go for your child to get information about school, anything regarding house building and everything, So they also work with initiatives, institutions that are relevant for integration process of young immigrants, including everyone in the young people's living environment, So like any like institution, school that are offering integrations classes or something like that, or Volkshochschule that offering integration course, they will also work together with them. Like when I used to work here, we go twice a year to Volkshochschule, people who are in Bay Eins. At towards the end of their courses, we go there, we speak with them, we ask them, give them the opportunity to talk about themselves when they come to Germany, their name, what they want to do, and everything. Then after we introduce ourselves, what we do, and where we go help them, and so on. So these are the things they do here, people who are working here do. So we have also immigration counseling for adult immigrants, as they call it, in Immigrationsberatung für Erwachsene, MBA. So this one support immigrants who are above 27. So that is when the Junge Immigrationsdienst, that's the JMD, they call it Abkürzung, they help until 27. So this one, MBA starts from 27 upwards, So they help in legal questions about residence permit, So when you having problem with your resident permit, and they could help you write foreign office, or you want to extend your resident permit, you want to do whatever you want to do with your resident permit, you could help, they will help you, so when they getting also getting German passports, they will help you for the application and everything and so on. And then learning the German language, like participating in an integration course, they help you in the applications, they help you in finding schools and so on, because like now most schools now are full, so most times they go to the extent to look for another place, or see if there's any other institution or organization that could organize any kind of integration course or Dutch course. So they also help in education and vocational training, so like schooling, training, career paths, recognition of your professional qualification, like your certificate you want to make recognized. They will help you send it to the place. Sometimes they help financially a little bit to take part, depending on how much you are getting from government and so on. They could also help somehow to pay for it. So and then employment, like writing jobs application, looking for job, they also help. And then yeah, Financial situation, as I already says, a crisis situation like income, loan debts, like when you're having problem with your income, maybe you work, your employer refuse to pay you, you could equally contact them, they will help you to clear everything and so on. Social benefits like Arbeitslosengeld, zwei Grundsicherung, Kindergeld and Kinderzuschlag, they could help you here to make the application, to contact them, any kind of application. They will also, when it's taking time for you to get, they could also be asking them, why is it not forthcoming and so on and so forth. So health insurance, health problems, if you have health insurance, have health problem, they could also help you to speak to your doctor if you don't mind. And then also insurance is denying to pay one thing or the other for you, they could also speak to insurance and understand why are they not giving it to you and so on. So they provide advice and assistance. And also family reunification, like when you are married, you want to bring your wife here and your children, so they help you for the application for everything. They also help you financially, like a kind of when they um help you to make everything, so when everything is ready, and they could pay the flight ticket of your family, so to come. So recreation, sports, listen and accessible facilities, club membership like sport verein, they also help you to when it's what they call it, Ferienfreizeit, they do also have Angebot. They could also help your children to register them in sports, and kind of so in fact everyday activities and so on. But then the this kind of immigration counseling, they only counsel people who have a resident permit. Also, who, let's say, refugees, accepted refugees. So that is the difference between them. And then this one is that this one is for everybody, whether you have resident permit, you don't have, but it has to be from age 12 to 27. But this one starts from 27, but it's only those who are accepted refugee, who have a resident permit in Germany, And then we have another one that is called Immigration Specialist Service. That's Migrationsfachdienst. Okay, I also worked here too. So in this place, it's for everybody, whether you have resident permit, whether you are young, whether you are old, whether you are EU, and all age. So they don't differentiate here, So it is also confidential and free of charge. So where they support you when you are going through as asylum process. Your asylum seeking, they will counsel you, tell you about your rights of residence and so on and so forth. The also government offices, for example, explanation of decisions or procedures of asylums. Like when you are in asylum, they also explain to you different kinds of how the asylum procedure goes and so on, and then different kind of decision BAMF could make, maybe on your own favor, maybe not on your own favor, So they help foreigners specific topics such as right of residence, Aufenthaltsrecht, so tell you your rights, what kind of residence you should get and so on when your asylum is accepted, or even when you come here as a student after get a job and so on, you're having problem with foreign office, you could go to them, they will help you. Also work permits like Arbeitserlaubnis, they help you to apply it when you are you're still in asylum process and you want to work, you get a contract, they could help you to send it to foreign office and ask for working permits. So financial support, they do also little bit, not much, so before Caritas used to have money to support a lot, but due to how things has become now, a lot of people have stepped down in the church, and then no more enough church taxes and so on, no more enough financial support. So it's also their support is also reduced and so on. So yeah, they help you with application for social benefits also here, like Kinderget, Funget, Etanget, Powerfolk, and so on and so forth. They also help you here in like a kind of integration courses, you know, of the application, because now everybody is allowed to do the German language courses. I mean, most people who are in asylum process, you could apply in BAMF, and BAMF will now give you permission to do the language course, and they could help you also to find the school and so on. Also, recognition of your foreign school living qualification, also university degree orientation, counseling, initial counseling, and so on. And also education, social security system. They will explain everything for you. Living and working in Germany, job search, and so on. So yeah. So it's just like all of them are just like almost the same, but they have different categories. Like as I said, this is for young people age 12 to 27. This JMD, and it's for everybody, whether you have resident permit or not. They also do the same thing. It's just that they have categories. This one, from 27 above, but you must have a resident permit. Is who For those who have a resident permit or settlement permit. So they also have the same counseling like the other one, but they have categories. This one is for everybody, whether EU or not EU. Like these two now, they are not for EU. They are just for immigrants. They are not for EU. But this one is for everybody, all age. So most times they do the same thing, but they have categories and so on. So yeah. Coming to my own present position now. So independent social counseling and asylum procedure advice. College una pengige to self sperato. That's where I work now. So most cases you find this in asylum camps. So in Trinalpha we have asylum camps, and each asylum camp have this counseling so present there for people who are going through asylum process. So in some places you could still see them outside camp, but they are rare, So at least in Rheinland-Pfalz. So here now, what we do, we give important information about asylum procedure. So we explain to people what is asylum, and then asylum applications. How can you apply for the asylum? Where to go for the application, and so on and so forth. And then we do also have contact to federal offices for immigration and integration, and that is PAMF. So we do also call them. Maybe people are there waiting for their interview for 2 months, 3 months, or after the interview waiting for their answer. So we could contact them both telephone or even written emails. Sometimes like people who want to go on holiday, because when you are living in camp, you are not allowed to live there more than 72 hours. Sorry. So after 72 hours, you have to be back. So most time, if you want a longer holiday, we do the application to BAMF, and then when they give Genemigun, depending on your reason of leaving, then you could go. If you don't need a Genemigun, you just go for 72 hours, which is 3 days, and come back. So we have different kind of contacts to BAMF. We work in hand with them. And we have asylum seeker. We help them in interview preparations as Anhörungsvorbereitung. So we have all the questions that BAMF asks them. So the questions are meant for us. We go through the question one after the other. We sometimes, if they wish, they tell us their asylum reasons. But we have to tell them what and what is, because German. You can only come through when you have a political asylum, so most cases. So if you like, most time they tell us their stories. If you don't like, it's okay. When you tell your story, we could help you to adjust it and tell you, okay, this is unnecessary information and so on, we try to adjust it for you. Yeah. Then we also explain, help in explain the outcome of the interview. So like after the interview, there will come the decision. It could be maybe after 1 week, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, depending your decision will come out. It could be negative or positive, but in case of negative decision, so we will help. Some cases we have to appeal if we see that you have a chances of winning. So and you do not have money to appeal, to go to lawyers. So we try sometimes to appeal, though we try to avoid it. We try to ask you to go to court and so on. So contacting lawyers also, we have the list of lawyers we give to people and said, okay, here is the list of lawyers. You can call them. So when you make the first contact, then we take over from there. We send all the documents to them and all the necessary things, and then but we do not pay. We don't have budget for that. So explaining different types of resident asylum grants. So they have different types of asylum grants. They have 3 years, they have 1 year, they have another 1 year, they have a Flüchtlingseigenschaft. I do not even know what they call it in English. They have subsidiary shoots, they have Abschiebungsverbot. So those will explain to them what kind of reason asylum Grunde, asylum reason you should have before you get this type. So the list is no Abschiebung, is no deportation. So we explain to them, and then. So we also do transfer counseling, like when some people are going to transfer, because they are not living there for life. They just like family stays highest 6 months. Some people stayed also between 3 to 6 months. Some people stay up to 18 months there in the camp, depending on if you are from a secure country. So you could stay there till 18 months. So but when you are going on transfer, we do transfer counseling. Where can I get help at the new residents? We give them all the social contacts, the Caritas, Red Cross, Diakoni, AVO, and so on, where they could just check anyone around there, anyone closer to them, and then go. So we will also make a kind of address changing to send to Banff or to send to court, depending on where your cases are still in. And then also make application for integration course for them, and then everything prepare, and then explain everything that it's possible that they will get apartment. It's possible they will get they will still go to share accommodation. That's a smaller of a camp. So where they will still be living like 2-3 people in a room and so on and so forth. So all those things. So we also have contact with foreign office. So like some of them who have been there more than 9 months, because it says that the BAM says that after 9 months of stay in the camp, you are allowed to work, which means if you get a contract, we now send it to foreign office and ask them for working permit and so on. So yeah, so we have though the experience with foreign office is still not good, we always fighting with them. So it's everywhere. So then we have still the same independent social counseling. So we also give information about life in Germany, generally. We information about school professional training, and then information about leisure facilities, sports and cultural club, and places to exercise your religion. Like some people will come and say, they are Catholic or they are Protestant, they are looking for church and so on and so forth, or where's the next mosque. So we tell them where the next mosque is, or we just Google it and then give them the address and so on. So we also explain the entitlement to benefits. Also, what kind of benefits are you entitled to? Like those who are still in the asylum process, they only get Azubeweber Leistung. So this money they get from social arm is from social arm. So once you get your resident permit or you get asylum granted, you now move to job center. and then you will be getting Arbeitslosengeld or Bürgergeld as they call it now, But Asylbewerberleistung is for those who are sitting in the social armed, So we advise and support regarding personal and social matters as well as physical and mental health issues. Like a lot of people are having different kind of mental health, depressions, and so on due to experience they have on their way coming, and so on. So we also try to uh, look for the next available psychologists and so on. Those mostly in each camp they have also psychologists and so on. So we try to contact the hospital there because in each camp they have also hospital, they have everything, they have social they have social that help them in other things and so on. So we contact the available place for them to get help and so on. So we assist them to other professional services regarding pregnancy, family professional recognition at universities. Like when someone is pregnant, because we have a lot of women who are pregnant, so we try to contact our pregnancy counseling in order to apply for the help for this financial help for pregnant for a mother and child and so on and so forth. We also help in when it comes to professional recognition of your certificate. We also help to give the address where to send the documents and everything. And then for university, also explain different kinds of university, what and what the kind of result you have, the kind of if you still need student college or you still need you just need only the ASR and so on and so forth, and then also explain what you need or what you must have, the kind of resident permit you must have before you are able to study. Because if you are rejected asylum, it's difficult, it's almost impossible to study. But if you get any of those resident permit, they grant an asylum seeker, then you can't study. So we also help in language courses, the application to BAMF. We do the application. As I already said, those people who are in asylum process, they can apply and free of charge, and they do get within 2 weeks, they get their permission to study the integration course. So, but the problem we're having now is all the language courses are full, so most of them have to wait, or most time because they have when they get this Genemigon or Beviligon, sometimes English word I don't even remember it. I hope you pardon me. So the end they get this Beviligon, so it's 1 year. So you have 1 year time to attend. So which is very good. Sometimes we tell them, okay, just wait when you get it transferred, then you can study there. It's better. You have time and so on. So we assist in contact public authorities and administrative and entities, like social armed. We're also very good in contact with social armed. You get like people with family when they have problem with kids, taking care of children and so on. We contact them. We also contact like Amtsgericht, like when someone needs gesetzliche Betreuung, so we do the application there. We have some contact with them. They come, we meet with people, explain everything and so on and so forth. So the counseling is free of charge, independent and confidential. So like confidential, I mean that whatever you tell us is remain for us. We are not working with Caritas. Generally don't work with government. They don't work for government. We work for people. So I know that some people, most people, when they come, they are afraid. You say, I don't know if I can trust you to tell you something. I say, if you like, you can say. You can say. If you don't like, you just leave it. We are not working for government. Whatever you tell me is remain with me, remain with us. We are not allowed to leak your secret or whatever. So when people are used to be afraid, at the end of the day, they make mistake and so on and so forth. So, but yeah. I always say that we don't work for government. We work for people. We work for the make sure that those who are disadvantaged get advantage and so on and so forth. So So we have this study guardians and funding for immigrants. That's Bildungsberatung, Garantienfondshochschule. I also worked here 2017. So they call it a Bildungsberatung, So the aim is to prepare you as best as possible for your academic career. It's for those who want to study and those who already have a university certificate. So the key elements of this constituency is consultancy concept include evaluating your educational background, like we check what kind of certificate do you have. Is it master degree? Is it bachelor degree, or do you prepare to study? What kind of high school do you have? Is it equivalent to abitua? Is it Realschule or Hauptschule? So we just evaluate that and then explain to you. So we have also a place we could check the result and certificate to know the level in German and so on and so forth. So we provide information about language requirements. So if you want to study, what kind of language requirements you do need, if you still need student college, maybe because your high school is Realschule, Abschluss and so on, and then maybe you already have equivalent to abitua, like people from Cameroon, Uganda, and so on and so forth. You tell them what they need is DSR, and how to go about it and so on. Then we provide you guidance on school programs tending to help you to achieve higher education entrance qualification. Like I already said, we try to tell you which kind of qualification you still need in a language course or student college to have this entrance qualification. Like I did student college because my WAEC was what they call it, the actual abschluss. So I have to do the student college to have this entrance qualification in order to study. So forms of university access, we also tell you the kind of, they have Fachhochschule, they have normal university, Hochschule, and so on, to explain to you the forms and then explain to you also how the courses they offer, study programs on offered in Germany, what kind of courses they offer in English program or in German or whatever. So funding and financial support opportunities such as powerful student grant and scholarships. So we also help. When I was working there, I also helped financial support, like a kind of application for BAMF, student grant or scholarship. So we have this counseling have scholarship. So like when you already have what I call it, job center pages B1. So this counseling here, or this what they call it, Bildungsberatung Guarantee Funds, who should take up your German language course is C1. So they will pay your house rent, give you equivalent money job center could have given to you, and until you get your C1. And we are also always going to the, because we have courses for C1 and so on. We're also going there to visit people time to time to know how they are coping and how they are doing. Once they pass C1, then they can study. So we also help also in finding practicum, like those who are in medicine, who already study medicine in their place and so on. We help them finding practicum approbation and so on and so forth. So assisting you with your choice of studies and profession. If you say, okay, this is what you want to study, we assist you in whatever way we could. And application and admission procedures. We help also to do the application online and so on and so forth. So I'm no longer here. I am go back again. I am here now. So by 2017, I was in here. So it was really fun because I was always on the way, what they call it, this rising and so on and so forth. It was very fun. So their targets are refugees, late repatriates and Jewish immigrants, as well as their spouse and children of this individual who joined them later or are but they must be under the age of 30 years and eligible for funding under the guidelines. So the consultation is also confidential, and we are bound by the professional discretion. So as I already say, whatever you discuss with us, it remain with us, because we have a Schweigerpflicht, I don't know what they call it in English, that we don't say whatever been discussed. We cannot even be called as a witness for anything. So we are not even allowed to call as witness for anything or so on, so yeah. And then they have others areas, empowerment group for women with refugee background. They have support service for immigrants from Europe countries. They have food bank staff where you can get food. I think once a week each city have it. Some of the this food bank is being organized or managed by Caritas. Some of them, not all. So clothing store, that's Kama, so where you could get clothes or things for like a kind of not really much money, but less money. Some of them are also free of charge. Employment and training projects for the unemployment, hospice care, care for the elderly like Pflege, nursing home service for people with dementia and their relatives, mother care and father care, so like um, Modern Kenko, which most of us already know about it, so which I also already taken part before. So they also have a department for that. Some people that help to do the application. Like now, last week I went to my doctor and I got the paper. I just went to my colleague, gave it to her. Her job is to just send it to Krankenkasse, do everything, do the application and everything. I do not do any other thing. What I'm waiting for is the answer from Aoka. So even the first time I went, the same thing, I just took it and gave it to her. She just finished everything within 2 weeks. I got the permission and so on. So they have people, that department that does that. You don't even need to stress yourself. Just go and give it to them. Even finding these core house, they will also find the clinic for you, find any place, just give you options to choose and so on and so forth. So they have also family service, family care, family service, like people who need someone to help them take care of their children, maybe come and drop their child for sometimes, go out because they have important appointment and so on. You could also contact them and so on. They have training for volunteers, so if you want to be a volunteer for Caritas and so on and so forth. They also have job opportunity, Ausbildung Bereich, and then dual studium. You can equally dual studium with Caritas, and then also you can be a volunteer and so on, or freiwillige Sozialdienst also. You can also do that, so yeah. So that is all. Just I want to present about Caritas and their assistance, how they assist. Like most people do not know that, and sometimes I see some questions being asked here or in the group. I was just like, hey, don't these people know that this country like Caritas, Red Cross, AVO, Diakonie, and so on, who could help them? You do so not everything you need lawyer. First of all, there are a lot of things we do that lawyer cannot even get it for you. I know I have some clients that I got something, whereas they were paying lawyers, but I was able to get it for them, due to the power we have as a Caritas. They listen to us. Foreign office, they must react to our emails and so on and so forth. So sometimes when people write some question, I'll be like, oh, does it mean that they lack information or they don't know that there's places they could get help free of charge, get people, assist them, and so on and so forth, and then do whatever they want to do and so, So that is yeah. That is all that I have to say, and thanks for listening to my presentation. I hope it was a little bit understandable. And if you have any question, you can always, come, So as I said, there are a lot of things you do not even need lawyer, because lawyer sometimes it's waste of money, So at the end of the day, it's something that one could get with just email and so on and so forth. So yeah,
So much.
that's
Thank you so much, Nnennaya, for this very, very deep information. And it's true. Someone also wrote here that we truly lack this information. We have some few questions for you, and I will just read some of them, and you can take them one after the other. And I really enjoy
okay.
this conversation that we're having because it's very, very educative. A lot of things that you have given to us are most of the questions that we get from our various communities asking about on different
Mm,
areas, especially
mm,
one of family care, where we have
mm,
mothers who are working or are schooling and they have
mm,
kids and they need help. Most people are looking for someone to assist them, just take the kids to the kindergarten or bring them
mm,
back because of time.
mm,
When you tell people you don't have time in Germany, you think, oh, what are you doing? You're having
mm,
fun. They
mm,
don't understand
mm,
the challenge of time and then family, school.
mm,
So let me just go straight to one of the questions. Someone's asking,
mm, mhm.
can I go to any Caritas and get these services?
Yes, you can go to any Caritas. If they do not offer it, they will direct you to another place.
Okay.
If they don't have it particular, because not all, like my Caritas here, we have all these things I present here. So it's not all Caritas have it, but they will definitely direct. If they don't have it, they will direct you to Red Cross. Maybe Red Cross are having such counseling, or AVU or diaconie, but no one will send you out. They will definitely um, give you a helping hand.
Okay. Someone said, thank you for this information. Please, can you tell us more on the volunteer programs?
Volunteer programs is like when you want to, you say, okay, you want to make a voluntary amtlich. That's what the government call it. You can be a volunteer to Caritas. Help in any area. You feel like you want to help. If you want to help in Bereich care, social care, or you want to help in Bereich immigration. Because this what I present now is the one I went deeper is Dienst. That's what they call it. So then when you go to the other side is Station, like people who are in nursing flag and so on and so forth. So you can assist in any way, like when I was doing integrations project, integrations project, that was being funded by BAMF, and we were looking for volunteer. We get volunteer who were helping foreigners in many places, taking them to the German language, because where we live here is a remote village that bus go maybe once or twice a day and so on. So we try to find volunteer Germans, make Einzeigen and so on. And a lot of them, even I had a lot of more than 40 people who were ready to help. So we check who and who need assistance to drive to doctor and so on. So such a thing. We have also foreigners who were doing also like doing that. We also have some foreigners who are voluntary for what they call it Übersetzung, English translate for us, to translate English, German or Arabic or whatever. So whenever we need them, we call them and say, okay, we have some people that speak English. Like in my own days, before I moved to camp, because our office is in the camp, so no longer in my main office. So when I was in main office, so most Africans who West Africa, when they come to pregnancy what they counseling, so my colleague always call me to translate for them and so on and so forth. And then when there's any other thing that has to do with my own area, then I will take it up from there and then go. So
Also chipping to AMD is also looking for volunteers. So in case you also,
mm,
and I'm sure we can also offer you some certificate or something to show that you helped in work
yes.
because we need people to assist other people.
Yes, we do issue the certificate
Okay.
with our signature, my lighter signature, my signature. So So we do, even in the camp where we are, because camp is Geschlossene area,
Okay.
so close place that not everybody come in and go out, so we have also some refugee that do also translate for us, so free of charge. At the end of the day, we give them, before when they are going on transfer, we give them certificates and so on with our stamp and everything and logo that they have. And most of them have called back and said the certificate is really helped them, because in Germany, when you can do something free of charge without paying, so it's always comes good,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Comes with a good feel. They feel okay.
Yeah,
You have
genau,
the ability to do more things, and they can actually pay you for it. So it's
exactly.
also good to also start with volunteering. Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone is asking, does Caritas only help refugees? What about if you are a student and need help as well?
If you are, so they help everyone, like this, where is this one I showed you? They have different categories, when you come to immigration counseling, like yeah, these are Immigrationsfactors. It's for everybody, whether you are Europe, whether you are a refugee, whether you're immigrant, anyway, that's any kind of whether you have paper, you don't have, they can't help you from there. But this one only for the people who are refugees, or a settlement permit, so yeah, okay, also permanent resident also, but they could also help you as a student. But mostly I know that here is where everybody gets all the advices or whatever they need help. And then, or here for student, here is the best for student. Here they could also give you advices and so on and so forth, but they cannot go extent of helping you with much thing, because you are not in the category of you are not in this category, except if you are the wife or the children,
Mm.
then you come in of refugees, or so, or those one they call Spitz Aussiedler, those who are from Russian, that's what they call late repatriates, those who are Germans from Russian and so on and so forth, who their great grandfathers are Germans and so on, so, or Jewish immigrant, if not, if you're refugees, the wife come or children, then they could get all the advantage they have. But normal advice they will give to you, yeah. So if not, this place is where you get everything. It's for everyone, whether you are EU or not, so
And maybe
just like when you come, you don't know which one is which one. The person you come to has to listen to you to know, okay, no, you are not in the right, but I have to direct you to my colleague. Sometimes the person who is doing this one is also because in my working place, the person who is in migrations practice is the same person that work doing also this immigrations beratung for a vaccine. So when you go to him, you get whether you have permit or not, you get, because one person that is doing the both jobs. Yeah, so you do 50% there, 50% the other side. So
okay, you
yeah,
mentioned something about this the mother and father course.
yeah.
How can or how does Caritas work with communities like AMD to facilitate this kind of mother and father course? Because a lot of parents or people don't even know that this kind of courses exist for them to go and relax and have time with their kids. How can
Yeah,
Caritas?
many people don't know, but yeah, it's also from mouth to mouth. People will now know, learn everything and so on, But if you go there to this first one I did, because this first one I said this general, what do you say this? Yeah, this general social counseling, ASP, or Agemana Tutia Berato. So
Mm.
this the first person when you are going to social counseling. This is the first person you come, then it will sort you out. So if you are there, the person will be watching you and see, whether even some I have been to when I was a student. I went to Caritas in Frankfurt. So then I did not even know what Mutakwendkwa was. So I just went to the woman to give me a paper that I need a house as soon as possible. She wrote it for me and she asked me if I want to do the course because she now saw I'm a single mother, I'm stressed. I told her maybe later because I do not even understand what that was. So I was thinking it's something that I have to pay or something like that. So it was when my girlfriend explained because I did not even ask her to know or to get it. I told her I will come back again. I just need this paper to that I need an apartment. She should just write me a paper. And she wrote it. And then it was when my girlfriend told me that this about it more. I said, that's this thing. This one was trying to tell me that if I want to go, if I want her to apply for me. So when you go here, you're talking with the person, seeing your stress, seeing how it will offer you that. It will offer you, ask you, do you want to go to Muta Kenkwa, explain more to you, and then ask you what and what to do, and then you can go and get the paper from doctor because you have to go to your doctor yourself and then doctor give you the paper filling everything what you are suffering for. You don't even need to suffer anything. Like as I said, I got it last week. I just told them that I'm just stressed, work and family and so on. I just need to just a kind of realization. So you just just go back, give it to them. They will now send it, do the application, everything, the begleitung, whatever, who is begleiting you and so on. Fill everything and send to the Krankenkasse. When Krankenkasse will send you the yes or no. In the case of no, they will also help you to do the appeal, to do Widerspruch. So that is why it's always good. I always tell people it's also good. You can still send it direct to your Krankenkasse if you get it from doctor. You must not need them, but they are there free of charge. Why don't you use their service? If they reject you, some people when they reject you because you don't know how to write appeal in German, you just leave it. But once they do it for you, when it comes to rejection, they will also help you do the appeal, explain to Krankenkasse why you need it. So yeah, and they will also help you to find the core clinic. It will just present like the first time I already presented, my colleague presented to me like 6 or 7 of them. I have to choose. Then she started calling phone, which one is available. And after anyone that is available, she asked me, is this time okay? I said yes. She now book it. So I practically just went to doctor, sit down for like 30 minutes. Doctor filled the form and gave to me. That's all that I did. Every other thing. Yeah. So that is how I see. If you just go to here, while talking to this person, the person, if it's someone who knows that they have worked very well, he will link you to the. Even sometimes the person doing this social counseling is also the person doing this muta kenkwa also. So because sometimes you see one person having two different positions.
Then in the area of, let's go to the area of job search for those that have certificates
Mm,
or zum Beispiel those looking for internship or Ausbildung.
mm.
How do they have to, they just need to come to Caritas? Will Caritas help them look for the job or they'll just do only the counseling on how to go about it? What is their function?
Yes, they do. Like when I was in this immigration, this when I was here with young people. So we work with school together, mostly with Berufsschule together. So we try to, Berufsschule, when you are in the 10th class or so, you have to do practicum and so on. So we try to look for the practicum for the children. First of all, ask them, where do you want to do practicum? Where is your interest? Then Lebenslauf, ask them if those who can speak a little bit German, make your Lebenslauf will help you to correct it. Some who cannot, who I know that maybe they're just 2 or 3 years in Germany, just do the Lebenslauf for them. Ask them which level of school, this and that. Ask them question and then put everything together, do the application for them, and then send. Sometimes it doesn't work out one places or so. Sometimes we still have to make some of them, they have time when they have to start, and it's not that at university you can start anytime your practicum. There they have like 2 weeks or 3 weeks you have to do the practicum sometime from this to this. So most time we have to try to call places. Even sometimes we have to call a place that is not even in their interest in order just for them to get this. If not, they cannot move to the next level. So they do it. It still depends on who you meet there. There's somebody you can meet there because the work now is too much. They don't have much workers these days, because the job is it's not easy job. It's not difficult, but it's a job that you have to have passion in. If you don't have passion, you cannot do it, because you have to have passion to help others. You have to have love to give out. If you don't have it, you cannot do it. So there are some people they tell you it's okay, you go and look for, or you just search online, give you the address and ask you to go and do it. There are some people they will be down, take their time, do it for you because they want to help you. So if somebody who are just there because he just want to work or he doesn't have any other place to work, then he might not get such service. But in most cases, they do sit down and help you. If you also want to help yourself, it's not that when you don't want to help yourself, because some people you give them appointment to come, they will not even appear. Then when the time is one day to end, they will be rushing. So and then it became also stress for you that is helping and also for the person. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Nama, for your time, for the deep information that you have given to us. If you still have questions, you can write them down. We can still take them. And if you have been listening to us, I want to say thank you for listening to us as well. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, you can do so here with this barcode. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you don't know about AMD platform, you just go on Facebook. It's called African Moms in Deutschland. It's a very educative place. It's a place where you can get information, especially for women who have African hintergrowth, African in background. A lot of these communities help to bring people together to help you in different areas that you might be having problems with. That's why these communities are there to assist you. So if you have not joined AMD, I would advise that you do so as well. And we have different experts like our lady here who is also an expert in the area of migration information. You can always reach out to them, or if you cannot reach out directly to her, you can reach out also to us, and we can always channel your questions or any information that you're looking for based on career areas, based on job search, based on or family help, because a lot of people are looking for assistance to help them while they are working or while they are schooling. And Noma has already given us different breakdowns of the areas where Caritas covers. So if you need any assistance in all these areas that she has pointed out, you can always reach out to her directly or to me, and I can help you out. I want to say thank you so much for your time. Noma, please, do you have any advice for our audience, our people listening? What you want to advise them that they should hit on?
Yeah, but advice is that they should not be ashamed of themselves, ashamed or shy. Let me not say shy, ashamed, shy. um there is nothing like when you need help, you go somewhere, let them say no. Because a lot of people, mostly Nigerians, we are always proud. We don't need help. We don't want to ask for help. We don't want people to think we are lacking. No, no, as a student, as single mother, I had a lot of help. I went to a lot of help to get help. Even at university, they have what they call it, Katholische Hochschule-Gemeinde, that they also help financially. When you are doing your exam, you cannot do. They really helped me a lot. All those kind of a thing. So, but I know some of my friends, I was like, no, I cannot beg, and so on and so forth. No, if you need any kind of help, any kind of questions, you go there. Even if they don't know it, anything you can discuss with them. It's whatever you want to discuss, you can discuss with them. And as I said, whatever you discuss with Caritas, whether a white person, whether a black person, whether a foreigner, it's not going to be outside there. You're not even supposed to tell your colleague except if your colleague is involved in the case. If he's not involved, you are not allowed to tell your colleague. So some people are just being afraid, they don't know, they are just dying in silence and so on and so forth. Please don't feel shy. Don't feel that people will say, you need help. Don't feel like people will be, no. We are in a foreign country that you need to get information if you don't know it. You need to, so that you will not be, when it's late, you start running here, scared, or when you get we take your kids and so on. Because I know some people that my colleague in the pregnancy counseling also help to find this familiar heifer. And this familiar heifer, they are working with them. It's not from Jugendamt. It's from what they call it, diocese, Bistum. It's also Bistum are paying them. It's also under Catholic Church. But though they work in hand with Jugendamt, but they cannot link you to Jugendamt when there is nothing difficult, when there is no a kind of risky of, I mean, if the life of that child or children are not at risk, they will never do that. They're just there to help you, to guide you, to help you one way or the other, and so on. So some of them will come here and say, I don't want them. I say, no, let them help you. It will help you this and that and so on and so forth. And it has been working fine. None of them, their kids has not been taken away. So but sometimes because of they are afraid, oh no, I don't want they could take my children, and so as long as you're not doing anything that we did that. So they can only involve you and when the things are getting out of hand. If not, they don't. So please always look for information to go to. Not only Caritas, we have also a Red Cross. We have what they call it, Diakoni, AFO. There are a lot of them. There are even a lot of them that I have to Google their name. They have a lot, and most of them get their money through government. Like Caritas get their money from government somehow, and also from Kirche Steuer, church tax, which since 5 years now, a lot of people have dropped out of church and no longer paying church taxes and so on and so forth. And that is why it's a little bit difficult now to go to Caritas and get to that help you used to get before. Because I know when I came to Germany, I got a lot of help. Even when I was moving from Heidelberg to Frankfurt, they paid my caution there. All the way from Heidelberg, they paid my caution in Frankfurt. So, but these are a little bit difficult now, and then for those who are also a kind of removing their name from Kyoshi Steuer. So I'm not saying it because I'm a Catholic or this. It's not only for Catholic, they also have it for evangelists. As long as you're a Christian, you pay either Catholic or evangelist. Which when you see all those work they are doing, they need financial to do that. And they need to take care of all those. You come there, you get help, and so on and so forth. They also want to help others too. So not advertising for you to pay if you don't want to pay, but just for you to see what they are equally using that money to do. So not only on the Catholic, it's also diacony. It's from evangelist church tax and so on. So that is all I could say. Don't be ashamed. They also do not discriminate. Whether you are Muslim, whether you are a Christian, whether you are atheist, whatever you are, whether you are green, black, whatever, they help everybody. They don't discriminate. Human being come first for them.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Frau Okeke, for your time. Thank you for the vital information that you've given to us. You've heard it all. Do not be shy. A lot of people are depressed and having mental issues because they don't speak out. Our community is such that we have people that we talk to. When you come to a land like Germany, it is more like everybody's on their own. You have these communities to bring us together where you can ask questions. If you don't ask questions, you will not know anything. You will just be dying in silence. We don't want our people to be dying in silence. That's why we have these communities. So please join these communities, ask your questions, ask for experts in these different communities. We have experts in these communities. So please do not die in silence. Do not die of depression, and always be open to ask the right things, the right areas where if you need assistance, people are there to direct you to where you can get that assistance from. I want to say thank you so much for joining us in this session today. Thank you, Nnennaya, once again for your time and giving us your audience. And we are coming to the end of the session, but you can still drop your questions in the group, or you can send us an email or through WhatsApp. We'll respond to you as quick as possible. So thank you all so much for your time, and I'm wishing you all a wonderful day. And bye for now. Bye.
Bye.